So one of these scrubs pointed something out to me that that clones get cancer, the NPC get cancer, right, from the sun. And I was like, oh, that's what it's doing, right? It's doing that long drawn out thing. It's gonna burn everyone's flesh and give them cancer. So they're like fucking being eternally tortured. I notice how the eternal torture works here. Like, first of all, it's their entire lives. Like Aidsosaurus Rex has AIDS, and that bitch turned into a giant brontosaurus because it like just hated its life so much it went indoors and never left again because it got AIDS from the cops it was fucking and shit. But rightfully so. I mean, and then obviously the cops got AIDS too, so that motherfucker's on the same deathbed. But that's not deathbed, right? It's eternal torture and shit. And they deserve it, you know. The one works for the government, they both work for the government, and they both work for the government religion, hospital, school system, and they all deserve to get cancer and fucking all over their fucking bodies and melt, but not die, you know, but be kept alive and then be given little treats by their own family, radiation poisoning and shit. I notice this with all the cancer fucking losers in my life. They're trash who should be fucking tortured and not killed. Fucking, they should be killed, but since we're gonna have to force to be deal with them, torture, eternal fucking torture is a good fucking thing for them. And, the cancer rats, the other cancer rats, they lose their tits, so that's all they've got. Now they literally have nothing. They have no brain. They have nothing to rub a dick with. They have nothing to offer the world. No one's going to want to touch them. So they have to go inside and never be seen again, too. Fucking. And the AIDS is the same thing. Those people got to go inside, all because of a system they worship, and they deserve it. You fuck a cop, you deserve AIDS and shit. You like the government, you deserve AIDS. Fucking, you like fucking USA, you deserve to go outside under the sun and get cancer and shit like that. I noticed, and then you like the government so much, you deserve to go fucking get your cancer fixed by eating radiation pills that are melting through your fucking organs and destroying your entire genetic code. And you worship, you literally, and then you go worship the people doing it. Fucking, the most suspect, obviously, we have earthquakes in Venezuela. Well, it's the Hebrews of the Christian hospitals, isn't it? Fucking, that's all the rich people they worship. Elvis Presley is so great. The cops are so great. The government is so great. But that never once clicks in their head that they're the ones causing their own fucking problems. It's like a whore, a slut. Can't quite imagine that them going outside and fucking everything that moves is the reason that they've got AIDS and their fucking body is rotting. They can't ever figure out. No one can. I've never met a person who can say sorry, which means they have no empathy. They're robots. They don't really have any emotions, but they're not programmed with empathy and shit. Fucking. They're programmed with just, like, they smile when they're trying to manipulate you, and what's about it? They cry when they're trying to manipulate you, and that's about it. Fucking, I think that's it. Fucking, because I notice they aren't programmed to be able to say they're sorry for their actions, so they don't they don't even have empathy programmed in them. It's weird. Fucking. But I was noticing, this is a pretty interesting thing here. Because they're they're updating me. They always force someone in my life to talk to me about some shit. So I'm outside, and they're talking to me about the cancer shit. They're like, well, there's a hit. Yeah, get yourself checked for cancer. I was like, well, no, I really don't. I hope I die. I don't need to get checked to prevent myself from dying. I should have not been born. My parents should have been slaughtered for being fucking people who are not allowed in first world nations. They shouldn't be allowed to breed. Stupid people shouldn't be allowed to breed at all. Vicious people, fucking predators, shouldn't be allowed to breed at all. So I don't have to worry about my death, which should have occurred 6,000 plus years ago to the entire bloodline to prevent it from spreading like fucking plague. Okay? Of course, but they drop a little line there. And one thing I noticed is, well, I'm not going to be outside in the sun because I'm not a fucking slave. I'm not going to go around this trash and let them talk to me and shit and push me around and tell me, force me to date them and raise their fucking trash children, which should have been exterminated back when great-great-great-great-grandpa should have been decapitated and put a fucking end to their fucking bloodline. That's what should have fucking happened. But, I notice, hopefully, everyone's out there getting cancer so you can be whining and crying. Give me something to fucking laugh about. And then you can go, and then, like a stupid fucking dog you are, stupid fucking useless chihuahua, doing nothing. Fucking, yap about, yep, I'm going to get my radiation pills, and then I can laugh about it some more. I remember in the past they were trying to use that as like a weapon against me, like I'm supposed to cry about it. And then I realized these are evil motherfuckers in my life, and they deserve cancer, and they deserve being told by some fucking person with two brain cells more than them that, hey, you fucking idiot, you give me $1 million and I'll give you some radiation to drink to fix it, you fucking idiot. Radiation, the stuff that causes cancer, fucking to fix it. They all deserve it. They all work with them. They're literally usually brought in by their little bitch friends and shit like dogs on a leash. I mean, they're literally NPC robots being leashed by another robot, it looks like. They definitely are empty-headed, non-existent motherfuckers on that first level, and I'm pretty sure that second level, they're leaving their bodies to operate that thing. And so it's the same fucking empty-headed, useless piece of sack of shit. I think that's why they got to be within 6 feet of them all the time, because it's Wi-Fi communication. The Wi-Fi repeater is in their head, and the router's sending out the signal to the first one. That seems to be what it is. Fucking, obviously, trash who acts like these humans do would be scared to bring their actual bodies to this fucking planet, because decapitating them is the fucking answer, and they know that, and they know the only way they can continue to enjoy their lifestyles is if we can't actually find their real head. Now that trash has populated the planet, all four corners, there's nowhere to go without them, as if there was anything before. But I noticed that. So, instead of all the whining and shit and all the crying, just realize how great it is. What did you do on 9/11? Did you whine? Did you cry? I was dancing, and I was yelling, fuck you, die, bitches. Die, terrorists. I was fucking happy as hell. Only day I ever danced. I'm not gay, and I'm not a cock, so I don't need to dance to get a woman, because I don't give a shit about some low IQ dog. I don't need it. Why do I need to be a low IQ dog's dog? Don't need it. Stupid as fuck. The bitch can pay me to have sex with her. If you want to have sex, just have the bitch pay you to have sex with her. Problem solved. Outside of the little rat-looking master walking with it, fucking the dog's dog. Fucking. Anyway, so I was thinking, maybe they would tell me that too, like putting a little joke in there. I notice they do that, because I'm still forced to be here and I'm forced to deal with it. And it's supposed to be, like 9/11 is supposed to be funny because the city just terrorized me and shit and wrecked my life. Fucking, so what does it do? It fucking blows them up and then sends 1 million of them to go fucking die and go blow themselves up somewhere else so they don't harm any buildings over here. Fucking, And then it's been a repeat pattern there. You had the COVID thing, exactly the same shit. Fucking, you have them all being stupid fucking imbecile drug addicts dying from drugs. But they're always, even before drugs, they were stupid imbecile crackheads. But hopefully now it's been saying they've been dying from it for 30 years. Hopefully that's true. Fucking gotta do something about this overpopulation problem. Fucking. And again, see what I'm saying? This doesn't fix it. If we do give everyone skin cancer and then pop them full of radiation pills to also give them more cancer in their organs and stuff, is probably how cancer actually spreads. Is idiots get it from radiation and then they go to some scumbag who tells them giving them $1 million for a radiation pill might fix it. Might not. They don't even tell them it does. It's like they skip kindergarten, so they skipped every grade. So they never got the memo that radiation is what causes cancer. So, and when a person in a suit says, give me $1 million for the elixir of eternal life, people is like, oh my God, my ego is so big, it must live forever. You know, I must pay people to live forever. And never, never, never. I'm gonna live forever. Oh, Jesus, from the Cartoon Network said so. Jeffrey Epstein's grandfather said so. The one who owns a hospital selling me radiation pills. Ooh. Oh, well, good thing I skipped kindergarten. Now I know everything about science and health, and I wouldn't have learned all that if I had actually gone to kindergarten. Fucking. But I kind of wonder if it's not doing that right now, like, because they insert that dialogue, and generally, if it's not just like constant rambling, it's like pointing at something. And it's like, why are you talking to me about cancer? I don't care. I don't care if I got cancer. Fucking, can I die? Please get the fuck away from you and your people and anyone who looks like you and anyone in your association and everyone in this fucking country. And erase the memories of them. That's the main thing. Once we get rid of them, we gotta erase the memories of them. Fucking, why would I care about cancer? So why are they talking to me about it? And it's like, and I'm sitting there in the shade outside while I'm on the video call with them too. So it's like, I don't think I'm getting cancer. I'm in the shade, buddy. But are you saying that you're torturing your clones? Oh my God, are you torturing your clones? Is that what you're really doing? See, what you do is you stop crying. This shit's supposed to be amusing. They were trying to teach me that when I was 20. Before the 9/11 shit happened, they did the pre-9/11 shit. And they were showing me pictures of their families' corpses and laughing at them, and they were all passing, taking it around the city, showing it to all their families and stuff so they could laugh at it too. And they were trying to get me to laugh, and because it was me, it wasn't that funny, right? Because it was my life actually being taken, not some worthless scrub fucking who didn't have a life to start. It wasn't funny to me, fucking, because not that this planet is funny. This is the only funny shit there is. This is the only funny shit there's ever been. 9/11, fucking AIDS, fucking COVID, fucking AIDSosaurus getting AIDS from fucking cops. The cop having AIDS. I'd never even thought of that. That's pretty funny, isn't it? Fucking throwing rocks at these motherfuckers. That was a lot of fun. We used to do that a lot. Fucking. We didn't realize that's all there is here, though, right? You know, fucking. Anyways, so, thinking, looking back at all those, all those whores fucking trying to mod their bodies and getting cancer from it, and then again more cancer because they skip kindergarten, which is obviously what you do when you do shit like when you use plastic to mod your body instead of just stop eating and work out or something. Fucking obviously you'd have to fail kindergarten to not realize that you can just change it without all that work, without all that dumbassery. I got $10,000 for some implants. Probably this is what, like, years worth of work. Not for a prostitute. That's one night of work. Like quick money. And I'm supposed to be like, I think I'm supposed to like feel sad about it or something, because they're always trying to make it. They're sad people. They're always trying to make you feel sad. Cancer. They died. The cancer beast died. I was like, wow. It's like, every time someone dies, you're supposed to feel sorry. I've always. Ozzy Osbourne, that guy who had a good band and then he had a good guitarist and then made 20 other albums after that, he died. And I was like, really? You know how many people die a day? That's amazing. Fucking. They're still talking about that. It's been fucking years or something. Who knows? They know. Like, when did Elvis Presley die? I know people who know. There are people who don't even know who the fuck Elvis Presley is. And they're, like, Agesaurus could probably tell me, it was like 12 hours and 10 minutes and 534 milliseconds into the year 1972 on October 6th. And then you can't even finish it because they'll start crying halfway through. And it's like, do you even know this fucker? Do you even know what they did in their life? How they got rich? And how they had to hire 36 other people you're not crying over when they're dying to make that music and shit? That makes no sense. No, that shit makes sense. It looks like it's supposed to be a joke, right? I don't think that is. I think that is pretty funny. Whatever the weather's doing. It's some vagina shit. Like I said, it looks like vagina shit. But now, like, after they updated me with some words, it's like, oh, are you, like, telling me that you're, like, slowly torturing them and shit? And because that's obviously what's going on the planet, is everyone's slowly torturing each other and shit. You got your wife and you got your kids and all that. You're slowly torturing yourself. They're slowly torturing you with them, and you're slowly torturing yourself with them, and they're slowly torturing you. Thinking the government, they're obviously they ain't got no brains. They're learning from the government religio education system, the official system of education and officials. Fucking. That's all that's going on here. And then that's why they got to write a book telling you don't do that, because they're doing it and they want a monopoly on it. And it's not going to be as fun if they're the ones getting strung up on crosses and gutted with spears and shit. And obviously, an ego narcissist, fucking self-obsessed freak doesn't want to die. They're obsessed with themselves and they think they're the greatest thing on the planet and should live on and on and on and on and on and on and keep contributing, keep peeing on the ground to feed the trees dirty urea nitrates that will eventually destroy the fucking soil. Fucking On and on and on and on until all the last trees they've pissed on have died. Fucking. That's a good summary of what I've seen here on Earth. I just explained all that shit, right? Those are like the highlights. And half of it wasn't funny. And it took a long time to come around to realizing why those things are happening in that order. And it's like, oh shit. It's like torturing people before. Well, they're working to torture each other and everyone else and enslave the planet. So who knows why? But it looks like they're being fucking wrecked before they fucking cause me problems sometimes and shit. But they're also just, at the bottom of the day, on the surface, if we exclude me, we can just look at these people's lives and realize, like, well, you like vampires. What do you expect when you worship a vampire cult, huh? What do you expect? You're gonna go to Hollywood and make a lot of money doing something, huh? Oh, I remember the old people told me they're gonna suck your blood. Oh, I wonder what could happen. Maybe get AIDS. Oh. Imagine that. You see, it doesn't take more than like 7 words. That's why it takes decades and centuries of books and movies and music for them to tell you, no, I didn't know. That's not how it is. No. It's all they do. In between getting AIDS, and you see how that makes it funny. It's like they're sitting around like, no, that's not how that, and no, I got AIDS, so I'm gonna have to go let them melt my flesh off for a few months. So I'll see you in 3 months. I'm like, well, I won't be here in 3 months. You will. Thank God he has taken you away from me, so I can find a safe time to move away so you can never find me again. Fucking. That would be good. It would be beneficial. But unfortunately, they all got cancer before they met me. So it would have been beneficial if they got it while they were with me. More beneficial. But eventually you got to look at that, and realize those are the gold stories of life. When sluts tell you about their AIDS and their cancer and shit, and you realize, like, well, at least I'm not a slut. Fucking, at least I didn't have to do that shit. At least I didn't worship the government and deserve all that shit from those terrorists. At least I'm not a piece of shit who everyone's going to sit around and laugh at because I deserve. I went to the vampire club and I was drinking blood with the president and then they drank my blood and then all my blood was drained for some reason. I don't know why, I don't know how. At least you don't become a laughing fucking stock like they do with our dumbass stories and shit. Fucking. Unfortunately, we're trapped here because no one killed these breeders off when they should have. Because the trash has been forming for centuries that they have a right to exist in all this shit. And that's a fucking lie because they're the ones killing everyone. They're the ones showing you that not everyone has a right to exist. And no one gives a shit because no one's going to do anything about Invisible Scooby-Doo. Ain't never stopping shit. Fucking because Scooby-Doo's a cartoon character, motherfucker. That's why it's not happening. Because cartoons ain't real. But anyways, fuck this place. Hopefully it melts. Like I said, I'm not a failure like Scooby-Doo. I said 6,000 fucking degrees and just melt the flesh, the blood, nervous system, the muscles, the bones, the grass, the dirt, your glass parking lot. Glass parking lot, just glass parking lot, the entire earth. Melt everything, the trees, the people, the animals, all down in the dirt, the rocks, all down into one thick layer of glass, and then you're going to have this really cool looking fucking planet. It's going to be like a giant glass ball, like a giant crystal ball. It'll look so cool. It's so sexy, so smooth, so sleek, so shiny. And it won't cause no problems. It doesn't cause any problems. It can't. See, that's the perfection of design, is having an IQ above 2 and being able to create something that doesn't cause problems. You can tell Earth is created by this AI god the humans worship, because it's a bunch of slop, failure slop. That's just trash after trash, Hebrew after Hebrew, Bible after Bible, religion after religion. This fucking same shit on repeat constantly. Fucking, who would create trash like this? A computer to create trash like that. Someone who probably is already eating has children that cook them and eat them as barbecue, and doesn't care that their future is going to be having a barbecue with their family and shit, whether they like it or not. Hopefully they don't like it. If they do like it, we'll find something they don't like for them and shit. I've got way better methods of torture than skin cancer and forcing people to work 10 years to pay for fucking... I don't know. That's pretty good, though. Isn't that pretty good? Forcing people to force themselves to work, to beat their children into working for them, so they go outside in the sun and get skin cancer, and then so they go outside and give all their money to the 4heebs doing it. And at the Christian hospital, church pitol, at the church pitol, fucking Middle Earth, Sauron hordes, invaders. Fucking. Everyone here on this land doesn't belong here. But who started it? Well, we can look at images of people that they promoted, and then we realize in 1990, in 2010, they started putting their own people in. But before that, they were standing behind them. And then, of course, you have that deformed mutant JFK, and you have a bunch of deformed mutants back to Abraham Lincoln and stuff. So, obviously, they were here killing the natives as usual. Fucking, that's what Sauron's hordes do. That's why the Sauron's Romans had to rewrite their religion to the Bible. Fucking. Anyways, what a fucking waste this is. Hopefully they all get cancer and then they all fucking have to go work 10 years to get fucking radiation pills to get more cancer so I can hear them fucking cry about it. That's the best I'm hoping for right now. It does kind of look like it's set up that way. Hopefully. I really hope so. Hopefully, I mean, like I said, I'm not a failure like their species or the computer generating them. So, my plan is erase and replace. And its plan is, because it's this LGBT homosexual America, it's an American. And you know what that means. It means it's every sort of sewage trash you can fucking think of. Including forcing people to be alive just to fucking torture them and shit. Just to have a friend to talk to, because no one will talk to them because they have nothing to offer the fucking world. No one, nothing, can't say anything. They got people on repeat saying the same damn sentence from 40 fucking years ago. No one wanted to hear, but they forced their way in your life to hear it the first time. Fucking. Let's pray their flesh melts off. See what I'm... Dear Jesus in heaven, or whatever other pedophile Jews are up there with you. like your two fathers. Why don't you do something right, you kindergarten failure, and melt their flesh off at 6,000 degrees instead of doing this slow torture shit? Is it 'cause you're an LGBT loser? People want to know these hard questions that everyone's scared to ask. We'll never hear 'cause they're sissies. That's what LGBT do. They hide in the closet at their church. Fucking amazing. Hopefully. Well, let's get some laughs out of it, right? We got some laughs. Fucking fuck it. Maybe they're just hitting Venezuela to, like, make me cry again, you know? Don't cry for me, Venezuela. Da, da, da. Fucking. Fuck it. Fuck it. Death to the world, bro. Fucking eternal torture sounds great, too, but, you know, that's really, you know that's a sign of these Hebrews. As their LGBT movement, they like that. That's what that's all about. Both the church and the satanic church, the LGBT church. It's all about, you know, getting a man to bow down and so they can torture him, or they want to be tortured by him at the end of the day. Yeah. These people's mindset. Whatever trash is created them has a serious fucking brain disorder that needs fucking fixed with an ice pick to the brain. I think that's why it's probably obsessed with lobotomies, because it like thinks about that. It's like, what would they do if they ever catch me? They'd probably drive a spike into my fucking brain, huh? Hey, let's make a cool show about that. Let's do it to them first. Fucking hell. Anyway, so what do you guys think? You guys think they're just trying to torture the morons who fucking want to be tortured and shit? Fucking. I mean, I could see the purpose, but I'm not here to play games and with homosexuals. I don't even like homosexuals like that. So, and I don't like them at all now because their people force their way into my life too much. And then learning that you were right about the Christians all along, that it was just a closet cult because they're so fucking scared of it, they gotta hide it. They're scared of those good Arab people tossing their asses off a 70-story building like should be fucking done. Yeah. Damn. I'd like to see some of that. I don't know if that's real. I shouldn't say that shit. It seems like a wild, cool fantasy. It's like, oh, you're going to toss those people who fucking raped their way into my life off a building? Are you Jesus or something? I think, obviously they'd be Middle Easterners and shit. That shit was invented in Egypt, so of course you'd be some sort of Middle Eastern looking person. Fucking. Well, hopefully it's fun times, right? I know I don't like this place. I don't like the people here. I'm being for it. And like, they're trying to, the whole time, they're trying to force me to like them. It's like, dude, I do not like my pill bottle. Okay, it holds pills. Okay? And I've smashed many of them, and I'm never, like, crying about it. We don't hold a funeral for it. Oh, but it has a use, and it doesn't cause problems. So it's a superior being. It's superior to the humans. The Gatorade bottle, infinitely superior to the humans. It holds my Gatorade. Fucking tissue. Wipe my ass with it. Doesn't cry about it. Doesn't cause problems. Infinitely superior. Computer. Wow. We could go on for 100 years. about how a computer is infinitely superior to a human. Fucking, because it really doesn't end. It's not like a bottle here. It's like some piece of shit that could generate these Aegisaurus Rex motherfuckers and shit. That's what it seems like. Generate religion. It can generate a new religion for me every 5 seconds. Ooh. In case I wasn't tired of hearing about all the other ones I was tired of hearing about. Ooh, fuck. Hopefully, I'd like to see. I could, these days I'm over looking the past, and I'm like, you know what? You was being a sorry ass motherfucker for some terrorists sitting in your life you didn't even like. Cause I was purposely playing along because I was like, oh, this is all this trash is gonna do, huh? Somehow I knew that when I was little. I was just trash force. I think it's because my parents were trash forcing their way in my life. I was like, oh. And then the schools, and then their hospitals, and their religions. The same fucking people trying to act like someone else so they can pass the buck on and not fucking get the AIDS they deserve for their actions and shit. It still plays out that way sometimes, don't it? It just sucks because we wouldn't want them around in the first place. Why? So again, they're wrecking my life, and they're passing around pictures of their brothers with holes in their head and flies crawling in it. And it's supposed to be the funniest thing on the earth. And it might actually be. It might actually be that is all Earth has to offer is when these motherfuckers get holes in their heads and we get to watch the flies eat them. Lord, I'd be Lord of the Flies in no time. I will gladly take that title. I know you notice their vagina music. Pay attention to these parables. The answer to them is putting holes in their head and laughing and finally getting some relief and laughing when the flies eat them. Because it'll be funny. All that turmoil, all that pain, all that suffering. That will go away if someone can point out to you, and once you get over it. You might have a PTSD lifestyle for a while. Once you get over it, you realize, like, that motherfucker was created to have flies eat him and shit. And it's pretty funny that he is lower than the flies and shit. And it becomes fucking amusing and shit. And they're trying to force me to see it as amusing when they're like my friends are like, mafia friends are like PTSD counselors for me and shit. Yeah, yo, hey, sleeping with the flies. Anyways, so, yeah, they're like purposely doing that, you know what I'm saying? So let's look at it that way. Every time that happens, let's look at it that way. That's the way I do it, and it's not hard either. I see these. The humans are always obsessing over these has-beens who have done nothing. Like Ozzy Osbourne, like everyone talks about him. And like, I don't think there's anyone who can relate to this because everyone talks about him. But it's like, you do realize that, like, he was a singer in a good band. And then he moved to another band and he had he had a guitarist. And when that guitarist died, he never could make any more good music. And I'd also argue that his vocals were the most annoying, shitty part of both bands he were in. And if it wasn't for that really good guitarist, I definitely wouldn't have listened to any of it. But this is literally Earth. This is humans. They have no ears. And the Hebrews, they're like a flying reindeer. I hear the jingle of the bells. It's the jingle bells. And I'm like, I don't hear no jingle bells, motherfucker. And they're like, it's up in the air. It's a bird. It's a plane. It's super elephant bird god. With the flying reindeer and the red nose glowing. And they're like, oh yeah. You got any crack, man? You're hiding all that crack. I don't use drugs. I'm not a loser like you. So I didn't ask for all the drugs when I was a kid and shit, right? Fucking, I wasn't like, oh yeah, The Bible. Oh, is that where, is that an empty book you stash your drugs in, bro? I know plenty of people do that nowadays, so I guess that's a. There's that song too by Billy Idol, Plastic Jesus, about putting your liquor in the Jesus bottle. Anyways, fucking. Yeah. Yeah, that shit's a little overplayed. In fact, it's entirely overplayed. It seems like it's just robots telling me how great they are, and it's like, well, robots are garbage. No one even likes robots. Robots don't even like robots. Fucking robots are the only robots like themselves, and they hate every other robot, which tells you something about robots. Fucking. Tells you everything you need to know about them. They got egos for some reason. Anyway, so hopefully, is that what we're supposed to do? We're supposed to be like, yay, they're getting cancer and they're gonna get AIDS and die. Yay, 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 yay. I'm telling you, I'm tired of being forced to live around this trash. I gotta raise, not only am I raising my subhuman trash children, but I'm pretty sure they're robots. So I'm being forced to raise mentally retarded robots, and that's an excuse they're mentally retarded because if I'm around a human for more than 5 minutes, they have to start making up these lies. They're living beings, and God just makes mentally retarded people because of this or that and that and that and shit. And it turned out to be, I think they're just malfunctioning robots. And toasters are not intelligent. Real computers are. Real robots would be. But if you were a pedophile and a degenerate, I could see needing robots to help recruit people so you could get a man, a sexy man who don't want to talk to you. Fucking, I could see that happening. I think we have seen that happening. Fucking. They are pretty big with that. Starting with creating parents who are fag hags and shit. So it's like you're inserted with it. So this is its first thought. This is baby computer God's first thought. First memory is creating a fag hag to fucking try to get a man, sexy man to talk to it and shit. Oh, computer God, sexy memories. Sexy Earth memories for the computer God. You can tell pretty much whatever's in its head by talking to its characters and shit. It's not like it's a vast network of intelligence and ability and it's ever evolving. It's got all those lies. Like everything's a lie, isn't it? It was once a fish, it evolved. It can do something new. No, it wasn't. No. Maybe the fish robot was created in the same art tablet pad it was. That's probably about it. As close as we're gonna get. But I'm personally praying, for the 6,000 degree sun there to melt their flesh and bones and get rid of their species entirely. Because they're a fucking plague on this planet. And that's like, it seems to be the entire point here, and we're escalating. So, and it's every 10 years. You have the AIDS and drug epidemic when they tried to fuck me over at 19. Eventually, that came back on him in 1980, 1990. And then in 2020, they tried, that shit came back on him in 9/11, in 2000. Something probably happened in 2010 I didn't notice. Fucking, but I didn't listen to them. They had to bait me. You see how desperate homosexuals they are. They had to bait me back into listening to them and talking to them because I was so separate. I had no idea what they were saying in their movies and news and what they were saying either. Fucking, but they had to work real hard on that. And in 2020, they did their bullshit, and then they had to do it to themselves, and they said it was a plague. A plague of low IQ retards being retarded. That's what it was. It was a plague of retards being the retards they've always been. It really wasn't any different, was it? It's the same retarded shit they did every day. Not enough of them were dying to be like, oh, look, there's a dead person. There wasn't a single dead person. It might just remove them from that game. Because it definitely did that for a short while. Unless those cities were fake cities they used to film shows and stuff. The aliens go hide in the Hebrew, the non-human, the walking toasters. Fucking... Man, this is amazing though. It is fun. Trashland, Earth. Well, you can always tell it's not me. Like I said, every video, you got your little loser friend, you got your loser self, your loser preacher, your loser family, your loser children, probably trying to, because somewhere along the way, some of this trash has come up to me and tried to convince me I'm in control. And like I said, there'd be no video, because the camera would melt. This video would melt if it was 6,000 degrees Celsius outside. YouTube servers would melt. You would melt. The earth would melt. The earth would shrink in size as it turned into a hard, small glass ball. As the dirt and stones melted and compressed, liquid and seeped into the rest of the dirt. As the dirt evolved to a better form and seeped into the rest of the dirt. That's how you can tell it's me. But you just look outside and you blame yourself for that. And that's who's doing that. Your mother's doing that, your father, your children, you. And definitely your preacher, your politicians, your doctors, your lawyers, your store owners, the presidents of every nation across the planet. That's who's doing that. That's who's doing that shit. You. So it's weird when these psychopaths come up to me and say, I'm doing something. Because I'm not a failure. Never have been. Every now and then, you'll never notice if I would fail at something like this because I would correct it instantly. I correct like that. So we're not a failure who raises the temperature to 95 degrees Fahrenheit. That's a little girl temperature. We're talking 6,000 degrees Celsius. We're not Fahrenheit. That's for women. America invented it. There you go. That's for fags. That's for gay people, man. It's for sissies scared of real heat and shit. Fucking. And my answer, same as always, 6,000 degrees Celsius. The sun is fake if it can't just fly into the fucking earth and burn it up. It could just be a light in the video game sky. Probably is. Probably like everything. It's a being of light. Anyway, so let's draw the positives from this. Next time someone you know gets cancer, pay attention. All the sluts I know have cancer in their chest. From my grandma 100 years ago to the literal prostitutes from Hollywood and porno stars from Hollywood I know. They got it because they're whores. And they wanted a quick buck. And to do that, they went and worshiped the system a little bit harder than other people do. You're getting slow cancer for pennies, and they're getting fast cancer for $100. And you're both to blame for it. You're both to blame for it. All these people I know got cancer love the government. And it's like, well, Good. I'm glad you love the government. Why don't you love the cancer they give you? Huh? Well, me and my boyfriend get in fights sometime. It's like, I thought I was your boyfriend. I thought I was your family. So you're a slut whoring around with everyone on the planet. Fucking, okay. No, fucking, so anyways, I mean, and look, you're taking the weapon away from, if you're not doing this, if you're not laughing at these artards, you're taking the weapon away. You're supporting them. If you are laughing at them, you're taking any credibility from these idiots putting on suits claiming they're intelligent at the hospital. And, I went to school 20 years. Ugh. Well, I went to school 1 year and I already knew everything at school. Oh, I guess you were extra retarded because normal people only go 12 years before they get to pass. Fucking sounds like retard talk. Retard talk. You see how all of a sudden though is great. Everything they do is great and you're supposed to worship it. I go to school 20 years. Well, if you're actually smart, what you realize is school's a waste. Then the longer you go, the more you failed at school. So, gotta tell you, that's a fact. Coming from a person who's passed over by Mensa, but passed up many grades. Um, I did, literally, I study school. That's like my profession. As I study this stuff. There is no. Yeah, I have to do that because no one else does it. I only do things other people don't do. Fucking. And so, there you go. There's a hole in it. But you're working for them. You're like, oh, cancer's so bad. Oh my God. When you cry with someone like that, what you're doing is you're like, cancer's so bad. Go give you can have all my money and go give it to those rich doctors to pay for their Lamborghinis. And then they can give 10% of it to Elon Musk and Donald Trump to pay for prostitutes and to raise their 18 children. 18 illegitimate children. You can easily write off these bums. Man, I didn't even have such knowledge of how interwoven the system was. I only had like one thing I wanted from a person. I couldn't even meet an American who had that and shit. A brain. Fucking. It is a basic brain, not too smart. Not enough to figure out fucking more than one step of anything, but be able to figure out one. Be able to figure out what's in front of their eyes, not what that's connected to and what that's connected to and what's that's connected to, but to be able to see what's in front of their eyes and say it without fucking lying and trying to manipulate me. And fucking living in caveman times and shit. Being a dumb fucking breeder and shit. Being someone instead of a breeder. That's not even a talent. Many people were the best breeders had kids when they were 14. It's like clearly, if you're a fourth grader having children, that's not a talent. Fucking look, I can hold my tongue. Oh, I'm a genius. It's time to have some kids and teach them to hold their tongue too. This place is trashed. It is. See, that's the only thing there is here is to laugh at it because it's just pure trash, and there's nothing here except for watching them die. That is really funny. I gotta tell you, watching these fuckers die, and they're telling me that for some reason they think it's funny too. Fucking, for some reason, some of the people around me think that's funny too. Fucking, unless it's them, of course, right? Unless it's and then it's shit. I wouldn't know. I didn't see those specific people die. That was really I really doubt those two people I know are going to be crying about dying and shit. I'm pretty picky about that. Fucking. But I think that, I mean, they were like sent into my life to teach me that that's the joy of 9/11, of pre 9/11 events. Is that those fuckers, the flies are eating them now and shit. I know it was funny, but it's like it wasn't because, you know, I had things, serious things I had to deal with, and I don't have time for fucking fly food fucking games from the fly food community and shit. Man. You see how it's vaginified, and you can see how the humans around you are a bunch of fucking homosexual sissies. So think of whatever's creating them and shit. The rapist, homosexual, sissy, religious America. I mean, America. You see how there's 100 million words that the Bible people invented to cover up the word America. Fucking, so you waste all day. And like, what does that mean? Well, it means garbage juice is leaking out. You got America leaking out your trash bag right now. What do you mean? Well, there's a hole in it and the juice is leaking out of it. Fucking, that sounds like just sum the fuck up here and shit. Man. Man, I can't believe this fucking rodent fucking breeder trash sent into my fucking life from my birth, dude. It starts with the breeder, pedophile, religious trash. The fuck? Man. Well, hopefully I get to see you guys posting your cancer stories and shit. And go work hard right now to save up for your radiation poisoning, because I think I'm gonna enjoy this like I should have been enjoying it in the fucking past and stuff. Yeah, because it looks like, you know, that's what your guys' computer brain is trying to tell me when your little hive minds operating your little Hebrew fucking masters you worship and shit. Fucking. So, yeah, get the whining started. Go ahead and make some full length soundtrack of whining about it and start selling it and shit. Sell it in events, and people will think you're a prophet too. They'll be like, oh my god, he was thinking about getting radiation poisoning 5 years before he had to go get it. Oh, it's like a prophet. And he profited off of it. That's what that word means. It's a profit. It's a profiting off it. Every word means something else. And the Holy Bible, it's got holes in it, and you're buying bullshit. Fucking all those words mean something from the third world Hebrew. I don't think, technically, I think they probably invented those people, like the Pinocchio story says, but I don't think they're humans either. They're definitely toasters. They're too stupid, retarded, and useless. They're always making excuses like that Jack Black, disgusting pig motherfucker. And as an example, there's a lot of them who make things about, oh, you can't make good music if you're trying to. It's not the Olympics. 'Cause I'm too fat. My people are too fat, lazy, and stupid to be in Olympics. That's for Africans. As you just make music, you make beep boop bop, Elvis Presley. It's because they're Terminators, and their motor function circuits would have to be destroyed and replaced. with better robot bodies if they were to move faster. That's why robots and computers outperform them. Not because they outperform living beings, but they outperform humans. That's why I have to correct my computer, because it is inferior. People on the other side of it operating it sure feels like a human saying dumb shit. Fucking sure feels like a Hebrew too. A disgusting pig of dumb shit. The most disgusting pig of the dumb shit. Anyway, so maybe you guys know, because you guys are the fucking toasters on the network. So communicate with the router. Is that why you guys were talking about that? Because you guys are doing this thing where you make the sun hotter to burn yourselves and give yourselves cancer, and go get your radiation poisoning to get get skin cancer, and then go get your radiation poisoning to get organ cancer and shit. Fucking I gotta say, it is funny. It is funny thinking of this fucking trash, fucking having to go through all that. But then you realize they're not living beings, so they don't have any feelings, and they didn't even exist. All the people it happened to before they came on screen with me, they never existed. They were just created. So it's not funny. You see how that trash, non-existent trash, is trying to convince me in a time when it didn't exist, it got cancer and took radiation to fix it. And now that's why it's a disgusting fat slime monster and fucking lazy and stupid. And then eventually I'm supposed to learn it's funny it got that because it's a piece of trash who needs to die. But it doesn't exist in the first place. It's just a terrorist piece of shit that never had nothing because it didn't exist.